Dear Blue voters, these 5 policies should be the bare minimum you demand of Democrats before giving them your vote moving forward. Number 1 is obviously ending the genocide of Palestinians and ceasing our support for Israel. Israel is an apartheid state. They're doing genocide, blah, blah, blah. The important part is that it has become abundantly clear that the same politicians who endorse and enable this genocide are the ones paving the way for Trump's authoritarianism. And it's pretty simple to understand. If they do not draw the line at genocide, they have no lines. They won't protect your rights, and they haven't. Number 2 is abolishing ICE, and it's clear why. They've been turned into a massive secret police force, and that cannot stand. They constantly violate Americans' rights, and what they're doing to black and brown people of this country could amount to ethnic cleansing. Number 3 is passing Medicare for all. This one's self-explanatory. Number 4 is taxing the ultra-wealthy for public benefit. This isn't a new idea. America used to do this decades ago. Things were much better for the working class, and what we've seen is the ultra-wealthy use their wealth in unethical ways that reduce the quality of our lives so they can extract more wealth out of us. And finally, number 5 is restoring science to government policy. We need to allow the EPA to protect our environment so we don't kill ourselves by destroying it. We need to start doing studies on women's health and gender-affirming care again. We need to allow higher education to educate on marginalized groups and communities and peoples. Kind of wrapped into that one is support reversing the damage that MAGA and Trump have done to the check and balance system in our government and to our government structure. These are no-brainer policies that we all deserve. Any Democrat who says, this one is too hard, I can't agree, they are actively working against you. Do not trust them. Do not dare vote for them. And if you're interested, I'm going to now list some other policies that have been in my mind, so keep watching if you want to hear those. A lot of these are heavy hitters, and you might not agree with all of them, which is fine. I think we need to restructure our Supreme Court with term limits or elections or something, because the current system is unacceptable. It's clearly broken the way one party has been able to dominate the court. It shouldn't be that way. We need to reform our campaign finance system, ban lobbying, and ban big money from politics, because what has happened is the American people's interests are no longer represented in Congress. This has been studied. Starting about 10 years ago, there's like a negligible impact of Americans' interests on the voting behavior of Congress members. Anyways, Citizens United was the most disastrous Supreme Court decision ever. We must also implement ranked choice voting at the national level to allow for more than 2 parties. We must break this system of a duopoly that has brought our country into literal ruins. We need AI regulation now. No more stealing our information. No more scrubbing the internet clean for all the data it can get its hands on. Americans deserve protections from the inevitable loss of jobs we will experience. I also strongly believe that we need independent commissions, independent boards for the public interest in charge of every single AI startup. Have international criminal tribunals for U.S. officials who aided and abetted war crimes over the last 2 administrations, particularly concerning Israel. And we need to do something about our legal entry processes. We need to give it the resources it needs to get people in and get them in fast. We also should create a nationwide naturalization program for undocumented people to bring them in fully to our economy, which they are already contributing to. This would be a boon to our economy. It would improve the lives of tens of millions of people. If you're complaining that this would be an unfair policy, just remember you're illegally living on stolen land, so stop throwing stones from your goddamn glass house. Last few are quick. Federal living wage, full release of Epstein's files, closing military bases abroad, and reducing our military spending. So let me know what you guys think. I'm down to have a discussion in the comments about these policies. So yeah.